so choose, an impeachment motion will not be done in a press conference. It has to be in the county assembly, done properly, following the standing orders, and it cannot be done in the newspapers.
Let's take your argument forward.
Yeah.
If the vice chair of the Jubilee party says an impeachment is looming, and Jubilee has majority in the county assembly, and we have seen situations where lawmakers are called to State House and told this is how you should proceed.
But
how difficult is it for Sonko to be sitting somewhere thinking these people are after me?
By the way,
and they know how, and they have all the resources.
It's okay to be after and to say it. My problem is the way it is done has to be the right way. You cannot tell me not to sponsor an impeachment motion, even in parliament, if you so wish, against any member, even the speaker, if you like. But it has to be the right way. If it is on the floor, then we can discuss it. But I think right now, I think there are bigger issues that we have to deal with in Nairobi. There are bigger issues that touch on the Mwananchi, the issues of garbage collection, the issues of the potholes, the issues of the drainage. We have issues that we need to deal with, more important than actually who becomes the DG or not.
Fair enough. Honorable Kirwa, let me get your thoughts on this.
First of all, I'm not sure about the law in terms of who becomes the deputy governor. I do not think the law is so expressly stated that you must get somebody from your own party. It is possible that you can run two candidates from different parties, the way Uhuru and Ruto ran in 2013, and the same law still obtains up to today. But on the substance of the matter, Sonko comes out as a populist politician who means well, but lacks in capacity, and therefore the person that he needs as his deputy should be somebody more experienced, somebody willing to put the nuts and the bolts together and report to the boss, who is Sonko. And therefore picking on Miguna was, as Mheshimiwa Tandi said, a bit surprising. I thought it's part of the fake news and somebody trying to test the law, because that's the same day President Uhuru signed the law about cyber crimes.
That's correct.
So I thought it was fake news. The following day, I realized it was news. And I first of all, I say Sonko must be so magnanimous, given the kind of tirade that he faced from Miguna, being part of the cartels. And when yesterday he said that Miguna knows how to handle cartels, I said, okay, is this sarcasm or does he really mean it? But when said and done, I think Sonko is a man under siege for very unknown reasons, because I don't think Nairobi should be treated like any other county. Nairobi is an extra county in the sense that it is the face of Kenya, is its entrance to East Africa, and is the hub of the region. And therefore the national government of necessity must be involved in terms of providing a solution to Nairobi. First of all, let us understand that civil servants cannot be mobilized from the governor's office. It has to take the position of the president to mobilize the civil servants to assist the city government in terms of cleaning the mess that is in Nairobi. Now, Sonko has been in office hardly 6 months, and all of a sudden everybody is saying Sonko has failed. For me, Sonko has not failed. It is a deliberate move by the national government to have a governor of their own. They used Sonko to win the seat because they knew if they had put Peter Kenneth, it was going to be polarization. The Kamba community would have voted for somebody else. But now they realize the Sonko is the only person who can bring most of the youth and most of the Kamba votes, so that they defeat the NASA candidate Kidero. But now that he has won, they must be looking for a good deputy governor. They impeach him, and it paves the way for them to have the governor of their choice.
If we are to believe your argument or your point of view on this particular matter, then is Sonko's impeachment imminent? One, and then secondly, because Miguna refused to take the post, if we're to believe his tweets, what other options now does Sonko have? Because if Miguna said, I am considering, this debate would not have stayed on for longer, but Miguna has already said no. Does Sonko have any other options?
Sonko is going to be nominating different candidates and is going to extend his lifeline. Otherwise, impeachment is fait accompli. It is just a matter of time, and Sonko is going to be removed from Nairobi.
My goodness.
I disagree with him. First of all, Sonko does not want to have a deputy. Sonko wants to work alone. That is why he's not interested in having a deputy. That is why, remember, when the former deputy left, he said he can do the job. So all these things you're seeing here basically, ultimately, Sonko will not have a deputy. But let me say that the truth of the matter is that Sonko, the forces, Jubilee forces, strong Jubilee forces were against Sonko's candidature. And in fact, Sonko was a beneficiary of succession politics in Jubilee, where the deputy president was trying to place key people that would assist him ascend to the president in 2022. That is actually how Sonko benefited. And that's why strong politicians from central province, such as the former Kiambu governor, did not succeed in the Jubilee nomination. So this is really the truth. The truth of the matter, this is the truth. But I think the president is more firm. The president would like to see Nairobi shining. He would like to see the capital city that it is. And that's why I think you see a lot of forces within also Jubilee trying to ensure that Nairobi is performing. And my colleague knows that recently we had a bill in Parliament which was rejected, which was basically meant to take some services from the county government, the Nairobi Metropolitan Bill. Actually, these are some of the efforts that have been procured to ensure that Nairobi County really performs. But I think my opinion on this is that it would not be advisable for Jubilee to remove Sonko, because if they do that, NASA or ODM will take over Nairobi County. So I don't think they will go that direction. What I think they will do is that they, using legal mechanisms, constitutional mechanisms, they will find a way in which they can take some services from Sonko, and so that he just have a few basic functions. The others should be done by the national government. I think this is where President Uhuru is heading to. And I think on that one I will support him, to ensure that Nairobi County is the county that is the capital city of Kenya.
Is that within still true to the spirit of devolution?
Well,
if
know,
one county has different roles than the others.
There are even arguments that Nairobi should be treated differently from the other counties, and I support that argument. Nairobi, given this the capital city of Kenya, it is the face of Kenya. It is everything to do with Kenya begins in Nairobi. We need to find a way in which Nairobi can be managed differently from the other counties.
You know.
Okay, let me get a final comment from you.
You know, Ahiga, just maybe to close the debate, but I don't know how. I think this handshake got us people who understand Jubilee more than Jubilee. You know, because when I listen to Atandi here, my colleague, you know, he says the URP side, then he says most of the Jubilee people never wanted Sonko. I'm a bit confused. Yes. But I think more importantly, we have something that needs to be delivered. One thing I agree with Honorable Atandi is that Nairobi is special. Because let me tell you, every county has interest in Nairobi. Even these members of parliament have interest in Nairobi because they work in Nairobi when they're in parliament and are shareholders. And I expected to actually have your garbage collected, have your roads passable. So we are all shareholders in Nairobi. There were arguments, I remember, in the 11th parliament to actually treat the county differently, like you say, and have it not as a county per se, but as the capital city, because it has more interest than every other county. So taking that debate forward, I would say Sonko is not as cooled as every other politician, or rather is not seen as cooled as every other politician. Something that was really appealing during his candidature, since he was in Makadara, that he was seen to be streetwise and to actually appeal to the masses. But he's also not stupid. I think he will stretch this as far as it goes. And
so
in terms,
could we see more moves like this?
Oh yes, and in terms of diverting attention, has he not done that perfectly? You know, just when we leave Solai and we are in mourning and we come to Nairobi and people think it's fake news, and he just pop, you know, from nowhere. So I think he's not also stupid, and I think he has perfectly done what he expected to do, to divert the attention from the issues and to buy some time maybe to reorganize. But if he does not deliver, I think the president will feel really let down, because he really wants this to happen. He has even sent his cabinet secretaries to fix the roads, to help him, to actually should be seen as a complementary offer. And why do I say that? If you read the Constitution, Article 187 to 189, it's actually about cooperation. These two levels of government could be independent, but they are very interdependent, because they need each other. So in terms of complementing each other, that should be accepted, so that Kenyans can see, all of us as shareholders in Nairobi, can see resources going to the proper use, can see services, and can see value for our taxes. Okay, Honorable Kirwa, you can close this discussion for us, and as you give us your thoughts, please also let us know, if we are to believe what Honorable Murathe has said, that an impeachment is looming,
If Sonko gets impeached, what would his future look like after that? Help us play some scenarios if that happens.
Well, all politicians, they are more than 9 lives. And therefore, Sonko may survive in another facet, and it will not be the last day that we are seeing Sonko. But I just wanted to correct Mheshimiwa Tandi on the issue of disagreement with what I said earlier. I think we agree in a number of ways. What is important is that nothing stops the president or the government for that matter, the national government for that matter, from calling a multi-agency to see how to approach Nairobi issues. Some of the roads within Nairobi are actually the purview of the national government. And therefore we cannot say everything in Nairobi has failed because of Sonko. We are running away from reality because issues of the clean environment also lies with the national government. And we need to sensitize Kenyans, because some of the rubbish that we want Sonko to collect is rubbish that we create, we the motorists and the Nairobians, who decide after eating everything you throw through the window and you make all the drainage messed up. Some of the roads, like from Karen to this place, on every side of the road there are so many businesses, and you realize the culverts that were created are not up to standard.
That's right.
Therefore you are allowing water to get onto the main road and therefore mess up the road within half the time that the road is supposed to exist. This therefore means it is not just the city government, it is the government, all agencies, Minister of Roads and any other agencies who are supposed to deal with this issue of ensuring Nairobi is a clean city. Otherwise, if we leave it to the governor, we don't have a governor who can fix all these things. We said Kidero was failing, Sonko is failing. Now, who else are you going to give us?